What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Juice is Loose, number 77. I am your host, Terminator Juice. And tonight we have the usual Juice cast of Ms. T, Robert, and Terrell. Hey, why don't you guys just quickly say hey in that order?
Hey, fools. How y'all doing?
How's it going?
Yo, what's up, guys? Insane Game Freak here.
All right, let's get this show on the road here. Start with the usual Xenoblade Chronicles X updates, progress updates. I don't have a whole lot, but I know Terrell made some progress, so why don't you start us off?
Well, if you want to call it that, I was more going through a raid session yesterday. Okay. So I said, you know what? I think it's about that time. I'm gonna go ahead and try to beat the final chapter. The key word there is try, folks, because oh my God, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'll say this: it's more than one fight, and it feels like a fucking gauntlet. And I was struggling in the first few phases, and I was like, yo. So some quick tips and some quick suggestions. Don't go in there and expect. You have to keep. People need to understand. You need to keep your skill the whole time. If you lose your skill, that fight started over. Start over. That's the first tip. I know a lot of people online were talking about getting the level 50 scale, and I was like, I can get through it without the level 50 scale.
The level 50 scale, unless you do the heavy, the level 30 heavy has higher hit points than the level 50 medium and light. So just save yourself 3-4 million and get the $400,000 heavy level 30, and it has just as high of a hit points. And that's what I did. And I had 4 skulls when I faced, and I was almost at 60. So I had a few advantages. I got through it in my second try. So.
Oh wow, dude, you were better than me because I haven't even beat it yet. I literally I think I hit that point where you get too mad and you can't focus, and so it's like, oh, okay, I need to take a break because I'm not getting anywhere. That's the point I hit last night. I was like, let me go chill out, and I'm probably gonna attempt it tonight after this podcast. Because I'm beating that bitch tonight. It's happening. But the few things I did learn is that apparently one of the lighter skills has a particular ability or move or an art, I guess, that does a ridiculous amount of melee damage, and I can actually skip one of the phases. Well, not really phase. Well, I think you should know what I'm talking about. It's the whole the defensive wall thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can skip that entirely. You just gotta kill him quick enough. If you kill him quick enough, you can skip it. And I skipped it twice. So I know I can, so I have the move I need to do. I just don't have 4 skills that can all use it. I have like 2. I have 3 of the same type, and the problem is they're also light scales, so they go down quick. But it's one of them fights, man.
You gotta have some credits stored up. I mean.
Oh, I had credits stored up, and then I bought a scale, and then I bought like a heavy scale, and I was like, oh, I need like a few more of these, don't I?
What's your daily intake for your credits?
Oh God, what is it? That's the one thing I don't pay attention to. I pay attention to my daily Moranium intake.
You gotta reconfigure, man, because you can do 60+ thousand Moranium and 70 to 80,000 credits a day. You do it right.
Really? Okay. Because I started messing with the Moranium later on just to see how much I can chain it up, and I'm like, and I'm nowhere near that. I'm probably like a little bit over half of that. I'm like at 28,000 for the Moranium.
Yeah, because I mean, I was in the multi-millions by the time I was in chapter 12, so I just equipped some skulls and some good gear. So I think that's why it was easier for me.
And I guess, and just getting off of the chapter 12 stuff for a second, I did get Murderous as a party member. I have yet to do her affinity mission because she's like 2 hearts to do it, and I'm like, all right, I'll grind that later. I did do Hopes. Hopes is sad as shit to me, man. I'm not gonna get into it, but Hopes is really sad for me. I was like, wow, that's kind of dark. I didn't think they were gonna go that real with it. I've learned to enjoy fog a lot more. I'm trying to think, was there anything? And then I couldn't do Celicos because I didn't have her affinity up high enough. And I did Arena's level 50 affinity mission.
Yeah, you were just rolling with Arena for a long time, man.
Yeah, dude, I've been shuffling this weekend. This weekend I was trying to shuffle throughout the characters.
That's hard to get.
Never gonna let you.
Am I being Rick Road here, sir? Is that what's going on right now?
I learned, not as late as you did, but I learned about halfway through the game that I needed to just switch it up because it's hard to get affinity when you don't have all these easy missions to do, like going to the mission board and going to the mission. You already have all the necessary materials. Like if you just hit the ZR and the mission board and it tells you what you need. I just go through it. I'd spend a half hour just clearing missions without doing anything because I'd already have all of the items needed. And I mean, you get affinity obviously for completing a mission with the person in your party. So
I wasn't struggling too much with the affinity. My problem was that I was being biased towards certain side characters. Like I have yet to use like almost half of the extra male characters I got, except for like Fog and L. Those are the only two other guys. Those are only the two the guys I've used. I will say, as far as what I've seen in terms of, because I know most of the plot spoilers for the ending chapter. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I will say that's about the way I expected it to go. All the way up until at least the final section of the final boss. But I can see how, just based on what I've seen so far, how it's viewed to be open-ended. But I'll just leave it at that as far as my update's concerned.
right. Yeah, anybody else make any decent progress? Because all I did was just tackle a few affinity, small or minor affinity missions and a bunch of side quests trying to gain affinity, and I have not acquired my level 60 skill yet, which I got about 30% of the materials needed. Gee. So I've been struggling. There's a lot less to missions, so it's hard to gain all the reward tickets and stuff. So I've just kind of been playing a little bit here and there in between playing some other games. So this is the first week where I haven't made any like real progress.
I'm halfway to the last mission. It was a very busy week for me too, so I didn't really get a chance to like get in on Xenoblade. So, but this week I will. Next time you guys hear from me, I'll be flying around in the Skell.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
It'll be a beautiful day, man.
I'm sure it will. I've been wanting it for a while now. So.
It is awesome. It completely changes the game.
It's kind of addictive. That's my thing. Like sometimes I think you would ask me last week, Juice, if I missed the. Well, it may not be last week, but I think it was like when I first got the flight module. You were like, "Do I miss jumping?" This week was one of those weeks where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna jump off the side of this thing, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just fly up into the sky for the hell of it. It's one of those things you just start want to wander for whatever reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, opens up exploration of time.
Yeah, sure. It's like the map just doubled in size because all these areas you can now explore.
I actually found a tyrant that way and scared the hell out of myself.
Yeah, there's a level 92 tyrant in Primordia, and you can see where he sleeps during the day, then he comes out at night.
Yep, I think that's the exact one I found. Because it wasn't there when I died, and then I died as it turned night, and I was like, what is that?
And then, yeah, where he sleeps in like a cave and there's a tunnel underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
And underneath that's just a ton of level 60 like bugs and just,
that's the exact one.
So what's the one where that might be spoilers? Not really, because it's early in the game. Yeah, I forgot what he's called. He's like a robot and he's just kind of chilling. He's like a giant scale himself. It seems like.
Is he like in the water?
He's in the water, yeah, and he just he murks.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
I know you're talking about because Shokyo made a video when he was playing.
Yeah. There's a couple of those.
And he was swimming past it.
I remember.
Annoying.
I haven't figured out what it's gonna take to even touch a level 60 tyrant that's equal to or bigger size than my skull. Like I I don't know what I'm missing, but I'm missing like a whole other aspect to this game because I don't know how I'm gonna ever take down these tyrants without having 4 Ares 70 skells, which have like 40, 50,000 hit points compared to like the
I think
12 to.
I'm pretty sure it's a combination of the art setup.
It's all in your art setup, I think.
And then there's super weapons you can build.
And your super, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been casually messing with the augments.
But you're multi-millionaire, so that should be no problem for you.
I know, man.
Yeah, but you need materials. You need.
Oh yeah, well you just throw money at this problem.
Reward tickets. Yeah.
This isn't Corrin America, T.
So every time I see a S above a creature, I got to go fight it for the squad points to get reward tickets.
Yeah.
And so then it's like I need 4 items, and they're 150 reward tickets each, and I got like 300 reward tickets. I'm like, damn it! So I can get 2.
It's like you got to do this so you can get that, so you're able to do this. You know,
yeah.
it's like,
I wish I knew this. Like, if someone said, "Hey, I bought Xenoblade Chronicles X. Any tips?" I would say, start buying rare items with your reward tickets from the start of the game. As soon as you start getting reward tickets and you're maxing them out, because I just was maxed out reward tickets for like 90% of the game. Never really used them, and then all of a sudden, I need them and I don't have them.
And don't sell off all your materials like I was doing.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh yeah, I haven't sold anything.
I would go through when I needed trying to raise money. I'd sell any material I had 99 of and sell everything up. You know, I'd leave 20 of everything because there's some items that were like 600 credits each, and I had 99 of them. So I was like, damn, I'll just sell 79 and keep 20. So I mean, there's to a limit. There's not too many things where you'll need more than 20 of an item for something. So
yeah,
don't sell your rare items you have 1 of. But Robert, any update?
I'll tell you what, I feel so bad for my disc because it has not been inserted into that Wii U in a while.
I could tell from the silence.
Just because it's funny because I remember I got out of all of us, I got to chapter 6 insanely quick, and then I just put it down because then I went back to Splatoon, and
well, I got a Splatoon progress update. I hit level 32 yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations.
It's about 10 more than me.
My nephew, who had the game at Christmas, is up to 26, and I was playing in a group with him, so everyone was lower level or equal to him. And we won in the hour. I only lost 1 match playing pretty much consistent the whole time, and I was the top of the scoreboard all but 3 matches.
Nice.
So I was loving it.
Well, it's not. It's like, you know, I used to be like, oh man, these guys are all up to level 40 and whatnot already. But I'm like, I'd say a good majority of those people, that's all they do is play Splatoon all the time.
Well, yeah.
All the time. And I'm here trying to spread myself out with all these games, and so that's why I don't get to level up as quick as some of these other guys.
Yeah, I feel good about being at 32, but like I have no money. I don't have all the items or gear yet. So.
Oh, I bought every single weapon that was on sale. I bought every single accessory, everything. I still have over 2 million coins.
Yeah, I don't buy a lot of the weapons if I don't like them. Like if I'll try them out and they're not good, I'll just screw that.
That's why most of my weapons I haven't bought yet are chargers.
Yeah, I don't mess with chargers at all.
I don't mess with them at all, but I still buy them. I like to have them.
Yeah, I'm almost
trying to collect.
Well, I'm kind of doing that too. It's just a slow grind back to get all of them.
Yeah.
All right, so since we got to give Robert something to talk about, let's talk about this report. Number 1 eShop game in Japan, lifetime, all time.
Yeah, Minecraft.
So we'll start with Robert. Just what your thoughts on that? What does it mean compared? Is it just because it's only way to get it is digital? Probably is the reason it's so popular. Plus, it's a popular game. Like if Splatoon was only digital, obviously that would have beat it. That'd still be number 1. But what's your thoughts on that? And then what does this say to the people who are saying that the Minecraft deal was too late, wasn't a big deal, all that?
Well, what I find crazy is I saw an article where it showed like also comparing the amount of days for like PS4, PS3, and if I remember correctly, at the time, all consoles that Minecraft came on, it was first digitally and then later physically. So that means it still outsold a good amount of consoles in a quicker amount of time in only Japan. So that's pretty damn good. And especially it's awesome to see it in #1 because it proves so many people wrong. Where like, oh, it's too late, it's too late. It's like, how is one of the biggest games of all time too late ever? Like, even 50 years from now, it's like, oh, here's the biggest game of all time. It's like, hey, listen, it's probably still gonna be living 50 years from now. You know what I mean? So it's like, and even in North America, it's like almost number 10, almost number 10. It's number 11. So imagine if it's already top almost 10 in North America, #1 in Japan. This game's selling really good on Wii U overall, so that's awesome. You want to build a relationship with different developers, and this is an awesome first impression of the Nintendo community. So why wouldn't you be happy about that? You know, I don't know. That's
and
the way I see it.
I guarantee it'll be on the next handheld Nintendo, whether the NX is a fusion system. Minecraft will be on the next portable Nintendo system.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a launch title.
Probably day one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Terrell, you got any thoughts on that? Anything to add?
Well, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm glad to see that it's selling well, and I don't know. I was laughing when I was watching the AGL podcast, and I thought Mr. T was explaining the reason. Like, well, it makes sense. And he's like, oh yeah, because the 360 is irrelevant over there in Japan. it's like so the company that bought it can't even sell it in Japan better than their competition. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you didn't think about it. Microsoft is irrelevant in Japan, so it's like, well, you got two options. You got Sony and Nintendo, and apparently the people were spoken because. Granted, I'm pretty sure it sold pretty well on Sony's consoles in Japan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it did. It sold well and everything, but in the amount of time, it's impressive how fast it sold.
Well, and also considering how late it came out in comparison.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And even #2 recent best-selling for the U.S. is Minecraft Story Mode Episode 1. It might be #1 now. I'm not too sure, but Minecraft is probably going to be dethroned by Minecraft. I find that so funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, like I said a couple weeks ago, like when we were like saying that, it's a big deal, even though I'm not excited for the game. I don't know how many times I had to say that, but still people turn that into, oh, Nintendo fans are only excited about it because it's on a Nintendo system,
But, selective hearing when it comes to like Nintendo topics.
And then I was like kind of vindicated when it was like top #3 on the, or #5, whatever it was, on the eShop in Japan. Now it's #1, and it's like, you can't tell me Nintendo and Microsoft aren't both happy about the deal. Now you got Minecraft Story. It just opened the door. It's like, not that I care about the game. Like, I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me, especially the story doesn't, that stuff, that Telltale style game doesn't appeal to me. But any Minecraft stuff in the future, now you're almost guaranteed it's coming in a Nintendo system based on the success so far of Minecraft Wii U. So.
Well, I was like, if people are still throwing shots at it, it's like, oh, look, the best third-party game on Wii U is a Microsoft-owned property. I'm like, really, guys? Is that what we're...
What does that even matter?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, that's saying, man. I'm just. Look, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what people throw.
Just a messenger, guys.
It's like, hey, this is the best. Like, people like to throw it in their face, like, oh, look, see, because Minecraft actually has voice chat, and it's like, oh, look, there's a third-party game on Nintendo consoles that has voice chat, and it's owned by Microsoft. It's like,
oh, you mean like Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate?
Hey, man, we don't bring up those. We don't bring up those, guys.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Launch title, Black Ops 2 had voice.
This is anti-Nintendo propaganda. We can't have that logical thinking.
Those talking points, man.
Like, yeah, you get in trouble for that. Who told you to think, sir?
But either way, I'm sure both parties are happy with the success so far, and like I said, it was only like probably a little test the waters deal, and if there's a Minecraft 2 or a big revision guarantee the Nintendo platform is going to get it from this point on. So it seemed like a pretty good overall. Seemed like a good deal that
like we all said. It's not, even if you're not excited for Minecraft, you should be happy that it's doing well. Because that opens doors. That opens more doors. It's like, all right, we'll put some more stuff out there. And not just Mahjong or Microsoft. Other companies are like, okay, well, these other games that probably should be on Wii U that we're not putting on there, they can actually sell. So,
yeah, it's like it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So, and Microsoft publishes it and stuff, but it's like they've only had it a year. It's not like it was something they created.
Yeah.
So anyway, real quick, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've been playing on PC since Thursday last week, and I gave my thoughts on the AGL podcast, but I'm just gonna kind of summarize. And I came up with I was trying to think of a way to describe the gameplay and what other games it reminded me of, and obviously there's some Metroid style of Metroidvania, where you get an ability and then you can go back to an area and now you can gain access to a tomb you couldn't before or something. That was in the remake in the 2013 reboot. But I'm also getting this serious Prince of Persia and Zelda-ish vibe from this game, with Metroid, Zelda, Prince of Persia. And then it's a little more open world with side missions. That it's done in a way that's really organic. It's not like, oh, go to this spot for a side mission. You just run into characters and they'll tell you, hey, you want to help me out, and you can say yes or no. It's not like the map's just littered with icons for side quests and stuff. So just the mesh of gameplay types, the exploration in the new game is just significantly more vast, the size of the environments. I can't progress in the story because I gotta go find everything I can while I can. I'm gonna go to this very far corner of the map and see, I don't have the item I need. But I still went over there and explored, and I just love exploration. That's why I love Xenoblade so much. So it's everything I want in a video game. The story is interesting. It's way better than the first game. The voice acting is phenomenal. The visuals that go along with it, the what do you call it? The lips and stuff. They move pretty good. It's the closest I've ever seen to I won't say they don't try to make them look 100% human like they tried in Until Dawn, but it blends really well. The voice acting and the facial animations they've come a long way, and it's really compelling to watch the performances. So overall, it's an awesome game. It's definitely going to be, top 3 probably for me, game of the year at the end of the year. I can't see too many games being better. The only bummer is, I guess, the lead director left and went to Infinity Ward of all frickin' places. So I don't know how that. Yeah, there must have been some big money thrown his way or something, but it's kind of a bummer. Hopefully, it won't affect if they make a third game. But I would recommend anybody that has a PC or Xbox One, get the game right now, or if you got a PS4, definitely pick it up when it comes out.
It's also on sale currently on PC for $53 instead of.
Is it?
Yeah, that apparently ends at the end of this week. Because I got Steam open right now. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, apparently it's on sale.
Yeah, in the first week they already dropped it $7, and I paid full price.
I I saw that comment. You were like, yeah, it's totally worth full price. I look on there, I was like, oh, I can get it for less than that.
Yeah, it's definitely taxing even my brand new graphics card. I have it set pretty high, and it stutters here and there, but it's not distracting. But if I had my old card, I don't think it would be running very well. So I'm glad I upgraded, but because the environments are huge, there's a lot of just really cool effects and stuff going on, and yeah, fantastic game. So don't want to spend too much time. Meza T's had the game for a while. You gave your thoughts on the AGL, so I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say it's a great game. Love it to pieces. It's rare that a game comes together with the graphics, the visual, the story, the gameplay is top notch. I actually feel like the gameplay is, one of the reasons it doesn't is not doing as well sales wise. Maybe it's partially because it's only on Xbox One and it just came out for PC. But that whole Metroidvania style, I think if you look at the sales of like Metroid, I think that's one of the reasons why it's not, because it's not just a run through. It is, but it is a run through type of game where you can just run through the story and whatnot. But it also has that that Metroidvania style, go back and backtrack and do all that stuff. And
yeah,
I don't know if that's a mass appeal type of thing anymore. So
that's true, but it's a great game design that you can just cut straight through, get to your point that you need to go. You might have to find the path to get there, or climb, do some different things, but it's like to throw in the Metroidvania stuff as an optional thing. Like, it was so ingenious. Like, it's definitely a hybrid, and I love how they did it. And the only thing negative I would say was there's a few Ubisoft mechanics they kind of hit through into this game. There's a healing mechanic using the left bumper, just like in Far Cry, is the left bumper in Far Cry as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it's kind of, you heal by yourself with that, but in the heat of battle you can use it. And then they made like branches and trees. You don't parkour like Assassin's Creed, but you can kind of jump through. There's a couple areas where you can just jump off tree branches and stuff. And I was like, I feel like they hired maybe somebody from the Ubisoft team, because those elements weren't in the last game. So
No.
it's definitely a hodgepodge of different game elements, and the fact that it came together with the art direction and the technical, like, graphic capabilities all come together. It's like,
but yeah, I think that was an attempt to make it more mass appeal. That adding those things.
And if it comes out, let's say the NX comes out this year and Rise of the Tomb Raider's on it, like that, I would probably buy it again just to support it. But I really hope that
I'm thinking about getting it again on PC once I get my PC. So
I hope Nintendo can get in on this Tomb Raider franchise, because it's fantastic. So, and speaking of not Tomb Raider, but an older series that just got a Wii U, or hit the eShop, the Wii version of Resident Evil 4 hits the eShop, I think, this Thursday.
Yeah,
and
Thursday.
Yeah, and it's I never played the Wii version, but seeing that game now, like, it's not aged well. That's why realistic visuals never. We always say that it never ages well. Artistic art styles always age way better, and Resident Evil 4 looks freaking terrible in that trailer.
Well, and also, side note, apparently, the Wii, and say I've never played Resident Evil 4, period. And a lot of people were saying that apparently the Wii version is the definitive version, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
It is. But it's not like the visuals were. It was GameCube games, so
it
it's
was still GameCube visually.
So it's not like they could do a ton. I guess the PC version got a high-res version, but the character models and stuff stayed the same, so it looks kind of awkward. But that game was greatness back when it came out. It was one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. But that's just nostalgia talk. And if I went and played it right now, I don't know that I would enjoy it anymore. I mean, I don't know.
The gameplay is still there, but yeah, the visuals. Yeah, I remember thinking how these look so great, man. The GameCube is powerful, blah blah blah. Yeah, but like you said, that art style doesn't hold up well over the years. And all these games that we think are beautiful today, like even now, 5 to 10 years, we're like, ugh.
Yeah, I can see laughing at the Lara Croft character model in 10 years, going back to Rise, because I mean, it's not. Like, when you're just panning the camera around when you're controlling her, it's not near as good as like the cutscenes and stuff. So,
yeah.
But Resident Evil, like, the mechanics are a little stiff, a little clunky going back. So Terrell, I don't know if you would get the same enjoyment out of it. Let's say people that played it when it was revolutionary back in the day. But so I guess my question is, do you guys think that was a good game to add to this digital Wii on the eShop games? Because there's still quite a few that I think we're missing that we should have.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, now if I can get some No More Heroes and some Mad World, I'd be even more pumped personally. You know.
Yeah, I think Xenoblade Chronicles like that. I know they sold, the 3D version they're trying to sell.
Well, they got their money out of that. They move on now.
But
and besides, I mean, I think Europe has better Wii titles.
They have a lot more. Honestly, I play Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii U through Wii mode digitally, because I'm not gonna go out and try to find the disc somewhere. And that to me would be a good game. And there's some other ones that are kind of. I think did they add Skyward Sword here, or I know they added one.
I don't think it's I think it's probably Europe you're thinking of.
Yeah, they're getting a lot, but it's just kind of weird that Resident Evil 4 is coming this late. We didn't get the remakes on what didn't we get? What the hell was? Oh, the Resident Evil remastered.
Oh, yeah, the first.
We didn't get that on Wii U. Then they did Zero, I think, and it's why are we getting Resident Evil 4 Wii version unless that's Nintendo's call? I don't know. It's just kind of a weird choice.
I'm pretty sure that's Nintendo's call because, I mean, it's one of those games that almost every Resident Evil fan loves. So it's like, well, why not have the Wii version on there? I don't know if that game is rare physical copy-wise, and it might.
I don't think so. For me, it's like I could care less about Wii games on the eShop because Wii U plays Wii games, physical. So I'm probably not the best person to judge any of this anyway because I pretty much have all these games already and still play them on their original consoles occasionally. So far be it for me to talk about it. I just think GameCube makes more sense because the Wii U is not compatible with GameCube games,
right?
Whereas the Wii is. So, if they want to put some effort into doing that, they should be putting effort into making GameCube or older games to me.
Yeah, but
or at least dual release it, at
least do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
the thing with
with Wii.
The digital Wii games it's just they don't have to do anything but have it be a digital file and plays in Wii mode. It just auto boots to Wii mode. That's really the only coding they have to do.
Any controller
at this point,
stuff.
At this point, I would prefer them to just do some Japanese only Wii games that never came out in the States.
Yeah,
Fatal Frame. Yeah, I'm about to say maybe we get something with Fatal Frame.
But it'd be in Japanese.
So, well, I would think they at least put subtitles in there.
Yeah, that's still a lot of work, but
that would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
But what about some of the European games that came out that people were looking forward to on Wii that never came over here? Like what's that one game? The Disaster Day of Crisis or something like that. That would be a cool game.
Yeah, maybe Europe did get a Fatal Frame that we didn't get or something.
They probably got some Fatal Frames we didn't get too.
They got one of the Wii ones. They got it was either the remake of the Fatal Frame 2 or was Fatal Frame 4. I forget which one.
Yeah, one of those two.
So they would send that over here. Actually, that probably would work just as well.
Some of these really rare, because I've been trying to I hate to call myself collecting because I want to play the games. I don't want to just be a collector. But there's some really rare horror games for Wii, The Grudge and stuff like that people don't even know exist. And they're if you look them up to buy them, they're like $90. They're really expensive. That's what they should be doing. They should be going after those games and offering them for the eShop. If you want to. Do something. If you want to put Wii games on, it should be stuff like that.
Yeah, do the more obscure ones.
More obscure stuff. Yeah.
Should give Rhythm Heaven fever.
Yeah, we don't need Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since.
And that weird crap they did with Galaxy, where we got two way.
Yeah, got two first. What was that?
Yeah.
I still don't get that. I thought there was something. A lot of people thought there was something more to that, and it was like, no. We're just not giving you the game this time.
No, we're just backwards here at Nintendo.
Yeah, 2 was more refined, and it had the, some of the non-hardcore gamers couldn't figure out how to get to the levels in Galaxy 1 because they were all spread out in that hub
so
world.
ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, I saw that. I was reminded of that tutorial video they did where they were explaining the basics of 3D Mario, where it's like use the analog stick to move.
If you need
to run.
Yeah, it would scare off just the average person, though. the non.
Well, we are talking about the Wii gamer here. So a lot of those people were just like came over from Wii Sports and were like trying to play more, intricate video games and just
my buddy he played the levels that were easy to find and then he just gave up. Like he's just a casual he's a Call of Duty guy.
It's super casual.
Yeah. It's just that, I mean, so I can't blame them for doing that, and two, for me, it took away a little bit of the I just like the hub world. That feels more like Mario 64, but the package of 2, everything was perfect, so
can't really complain about 2.
Yeah.
It was great. So, that reminds me, just real quick, someone commented on something. I can't remember what the main topic was, but someone was talking about how they're still saying that Nintendo's been working on the true 3D Mario game even before 3D World came out. Like people are still saying that 3D World wasn't a 3D Mario game. Like somehow it was just some B team effort. And that was
EAD1.
yeah, like that was their top team, and then turns out this dude or guy or girl, I don't know, and it was one of those names that really didn't say. You couldn't tell if it was a guy or a girl. Sure, it was a dude, but saying it was just some random thing, like Terminator juice. It wasn't like.
I like how you just spent all this time to just define the visibility. We're doing a guy or a girl, and I'm like, all right, we get it.
It's like
I'm to say
tutorial.
But he was like, I didn't even collect 120 stars. That's how bored I got with that game. And I'm like,
well, that just sounds like he wasn't good at the game. That's what it sounds like.
There isn't 120 stars. It's not a star collecting game.
It's all gopals.
Yeah, so
exposed.
I said exposed, jokingly, and I said, "Did you even play the game?" And he's like, "Oh my God, are you a little kid with the exposed? I thought we were over this." He's like, "Of course I know it's not 120 stars. I meant the green star collecting." And I'm just like, "You looked that up. You looked that up."
Are you kidding? That sounds so...
Yeah, that's dumb.
And then he's like, "I just played till I got to the kitty cat Koopa." Which must have been the title.
He's talking about the main story boss.
And then he's like, and then I was done. I'm like, so you didn't play all the bonus worlds with all the really creative and challenging levels, and it was just like this debate. But
you didn't get Rosalina's fine ass. What is?
No, I didn't even get Rosalina. So I always just assume these people didn't play the game. I mean, it's fine if you didn't think it was great and stuff, but the things he said before I corrected him led me to believe it was just. He's making it up,
it's BS. It's fine if you don't want to, like you said, it's fine.
If you don't like it, it's fine, but don't throw out incorrect things and then try to cover it up. And then he says, it was just a quick copy of the 3DS game.
Wow.
What?
I hate when people say that.
No, there's only
there's
only a couple mechanics and levels that are even. Are in both games. Those platforms, those green platforms on rails where you has the arrow front and back where you jump on the front and the arrow lights up and it moves forward and you go to the back. That's the only mechanic I can think of from 3D Land that made it into 3D World.
Limited angles. I mean, I guess you
and the little teleport boxes to get to the other area instead of the star traveling through the star.
Well, I think that's part of the reason why people don't view it as like a 3D Mario game. It's the whole there's a prequel of that already on the 3DS. Like it doesn't feel as original as Galaxy did the first time. And I'm like, well, technically that's not true because Super Mario Sunshine had the prequel to Galaxy in it. So I mean, I don't.
And it's anyone that like I said, anyone that said that first he said that it had 120 stars, then he said that it was just a quick copy of the 3DS game. That tells me. In my mind, he didn't play the game.
He's listening to somebody else's talking points.
Yeah,
exactly.
And but it just stuck with me that people, even an ignorant person, still saying that wasn't a true 3D Mario game. I just to me, what does it need to do?
Well, I think that when people say that, I think they mean like a 3D Mario adventure, in the vein of a Galaxy. Did you not stuck to a timer? You can explore, and you're not. hitting goalposts. You're getting stars or sprites or whatever, shine sprites or something. Something like that. Something from the Mario 64, because that is when Mario changed. It was Mario 64. And so you had Sunshine, which was the sequel. I know people still think, where's the 64 sequel? It's Sunshine. It's obviously Sunshine. And the sequel to that is Galaxy. And so I think they mean in that vein. Because 3D World is basically, and this is like the most basic description of it, it's basically a pseudo 3D version of the classic Mario games, like the Super Mario 1, 2, World, Mario 3. Where you get to a goal post, you get to a goal at the end of the level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a goal post, a star.
A star, yeah, a star is similar, but
what I'm saying is
you're on a timer and it's all about hitting the flag post, and it's not about getting collecting stars or that kind of thing. So I think that's what people mean.
It's not that, but it's still there. It was still a full effort.
It's still the full 3D Mario game. For Wii U. I mean, that's...
And arguably more content than maybe, or as much content as any of the, Galaxies or 64. I mean, it had a ton of levels. Once you got past the Bowser, there was 2 or 3 bonus levels, and then that final world with the 3 really challenging, levels. So, anyway, that's just like when we were talking about Galaxy, that came into mind. It just baffles me, like that was just a side project, and we're gonna get the real 3D Mario games. Just because it wasn't the exact style, it was still technically 3D Mario game by the team.
Because Mario 64 wasn't the exact style of Mario games we had gotten to that point, and we didn't say, "Oh man, I want the traditional, I want the real Mario game, not the 64." Nobody said that. So it's kind of.
I think it's because people view 3D World as a step backwards from Galaxy.
I mean,
yes.
Like when you look at 64 to Sunshine, there's a pretty decent improvement there. I mean, granted, people don't like the the sameness in the levels, but in terms of control and abilities, it seems like an improvement. And then you go from Sunshine to Galaxy, and it seems like even a bigger improvement in level design. And then you go to like the Galaxy series, that like 3D World. 3D World has a limited camera angle. I don't think has as many moves Mario can do, and the level scope doesn't seem as big as the others, as Galaxy does. So like, in a lot of ways, it feels like Galaxy. It feels like 3D World, and in some ways, it kind of is a lesser version, but not in terms of quality or in terms of like polish, but more so in terms of how they handle doing the levels. They're trying to. You can tell Nintendo's still experimenting with Mario. They're trying to find that version of Mario that can fit all demographics.
And I think that's what 3D World was. It was definitely an attempt to bring the 2D Mario guys into the 3D world, to bring those guys, because a lot of those people who play Mario. A lot of those guys played the 2D Mario games didn't like 64, and they didn't come in for Sunshine or Galaxy. They wanted, that's why we have the new Super Mario series.
Exactly, I was about to
appease those people, right?
So. But it's like Galaxy 2. Other than that game, they've really gone a different direction with each 3D Mario game as far as the setting, mechanics. They didn't make a sequel to Galaxy 2, then they would be consistent.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they like to mix it up.
I think the main thing is limiting of the camera. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I think a major gripe would go away.
There's probably 20% of the game has levels that are maybe not that, maybe 15%. There's levels that are full free 3D, cameras down over. There's a couple cat themed ones.
Are there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's those like.
Yeah, I can think of a few of them.
There's like a sunset level.
I'm trying to remember. I remember that sunset level, but I don't think you could put the camera anywhere behind you.
No, the camera was still locked the way it was.
Right, it was still locked in.
But you were running around in like a.
Oh no, I understand that.
The camera's low and at the angle that you can't even though you could run any direction, you couldn't. It had like 3/4 of. You could move the range of movement. You couldn't fully look one direction. There's one direction you couldn't look, but you could look, maybe 270 degrees everywhere else. But to me, that's I think the level design was a little more focused in 3D World, but there was some pretty long levels in there.
Yeah.
Like I said, they like to mix it up. They don't. Galaxy 3, you could have had people complaining, oh, they're just making the same game every time, you know. So I'm fine either way if they make.
There won't be a Galaxy 3. They're gonna find something.
There doesn't need to be a Galaxy.
No, I don't think there will be.
No, I agree. It's gonna be something, and they're gonna try new things. That's just what they do with the Mario. 3D Mario.
I love the experiment with Mario.
Yeah, because every single time I'm always hearing people, oh, the next one's gonna be Galaxy 3, Galaxy 3. I'm like, no, I mean, how are you gonna play Starbits like on a gamepad? Like,
yeah,
they're not gonna do that.
You know, they forced put even less emphasis on story in Galaxy 2. They just had a bunch of really awesome levels.
Yeah,
and there was no Rosaline, if I remember. She was hardly.
No, well, she was there at the very end.
Yeah, she's there at the end.
So. And then, because you had Lubba all the time. I love that dude.
But
it's too confusing having a storyline and this. What's this library thing over here?
Yeah, but I'm excited for the next one no matter what. But I watched someone play 3D World and it made me want to play it. Like I was like, man, I forgot how awesome that game.
I'm actually looking up gameplay of it right now.
Like, it's some of those levels just really creative and
it's incredible.
I want Unreal locked camera 3D World Mario, you know, the Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal
engine.
Now there's a Spyro.
Oh Lord.
That's the opposite of what I want Mario to look like.
No comment.
Oh, you don't get it. You don't get it. I just want to see Nintendo take that graphic capabilities. No, you don't get it. 3D World looks better already than that Unreal crap. Like for that game. But anyway, let's get on to the final discussions. We're going to be discussing Smash Brothers. But before we get into the
discussing,
we don't believe in English here.
Motherfuckers.
Discussing and Smash together is discussing.
I just want to come over there to keep it up.
He's going to show you why he's called the Terminator.
Come on.
First, we're going to talk about this Robert guy, this Wii and 360 with me, made a video discussing a rumor, but I don't care about the rumor part of it as much as Robert's take on it, and going back a month and a half to 2 months, a video I did talking about like Wii U games getting ported, definitive editions or whatever you want to call it, to NX for like launch titles and to fill out the lineup. And Smash Brothers is the new big rumor to talk about. So Robert kind of gave his take on the pros and cons to doing that, and I wanted to get T's and Terrell's take, not just Smash Brothers, but start with Smash, if that's what you would think what it would need to do for you to get you to buy it. Do you think it's a good idea? And then any other games like Mario Kart 8, Bayonetta 2, or anything like that, how do you feel about Nintendo taking the Sony approach and basically NX becoming like the PS4 and it's just remastering last-gen games? So we'll start with Terrell.
I will honestly say, because you mentioned what it would have to do to make me want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing they could do to make me want to buy it. I can't think, especially if it's all the same content, but it's just on the disc from the jump. They could add more stages. They could do. I'm not spending another $60 on the same game. Like I've never done that with any game. Even on the PS3 era, I didn't do that. I personally, if it were to become like the PS4, I probably wouldn't get the NX at launch. I probably would wait, just like I'm waiting with the PlayStation 4. I have no interest in playing the same game twice, especially this close together. Like think about it, because if the Smash DLC ends in this week, and let's say the rumors are true and NX comes out in 2016, and Smash NX is a launch game, I'm not gonna want to buy the same game that I just finished buying DLC for not even a year ago. That'd be ridiculous. Any other game in the Wii U's current library, I can't think of any justification for it.
Yeah.
But that's my general
What
take.
about price? What if it's $30?
It's not going to be $30. That's a
it's not going. It's not going to be.
Yeah, it's
For
gonna
one,
be
it's not going. It's not going to be.
If it's just a port, and well, yeah, why would it be
My
30
thing
on the
is-
NX? Because it's
Well,
still 60.
I'll say this. I'll say this. It would be smart business-wise because Sony proved that people are willing to repay for the same game.
Sony gamers.
What about
I don't
the
know.
idea? What about the idea that not a lot of gamers bought the Wii U, so they missed out on all these games, and it would be, they want to play them. They do because they're always talking about games like that. Pick a select few, and basically for the non-Wii U owners that buy the NX, have those games. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's one of the arguments people make.
I understand the argument.
I don't think there's enough people.
I don't think that's justifiable because the people who bought the Wii U for the most part are the core fan base that Nintendo mainly has left. Like the only people you're appealing to me, the whole point, you're appealing to the casuals after the main core group who own the Wii U now. Almost everybody else, maybe an extra few million, are like those in between gamers, but like everyone else for the most part are casuals. And yeah, it'd be convenient for the casuals, but then you're just kind of going, oh, well, hey, core fan base, thanks for supporting us. Oh, by the way, fuck you.
Yeah, like to me, that wouldn't be something that they would be doing for fans. That'd be something they'd be doing for themselves.
Yeah,
like they were just trying to make a little extra money off of Wii U games. That to me, that's not gonna. First of all, I don't think that's gonna bring in any new gamers. Like if you wanted Smash, you'd have bought a Wii U. So if you wanted Smash for it, if you wanted Mario Kart 8 or something, you'd have bought a Wii U for it. Like,
but these guys didn't want a Wii U because they didn't want a gamepad. They didn't want to have to pay for a gamepad.
If you're a gamer and you wanted to play a game, you buy. That's how I think anyway. But some people are like that. But I think, like I said, I think if Nintendo were to do that, it would be more about Nintendo making money than it would be about doing something for the fans who didn't get a Wii U.
Yeah.
Screw you guys! You didn't get a Wii U. That's on you. Like I can't like expect like any company to be like, all right, well you didn't buy our last console, so we're gonna compensate you guys. No. Why would you do that?
Yeah, in retrospect, it's a business model that I don't even understand why it works. Because in retrospect, it's like, if I didn't want your shit now, why do I want your shit later? Like I don't understand the Sony fan base with that. It's like, you didn't care for the games when they came out originally on PlayStation 3, but you care when they come out on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that makes sense. It worked for Sony because of the install base,
and they got a lot of 360.
They got a lot of 360 deserters.
Yeah.
But it was also the install base. It's like, all right, these guys are clearly not. They did demographic looks, and these guys are clearly not guys who own PS3. So it made sense to them. I guess.
And Sony didn't have any major titles in development.
Right, that was another thing. But I think the main thing is because it was selling so well. You can do that kind of thing if it sells well. Doing that doesn't make you sell well. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
Yeah, without those remasters, they don't barely have a first-party lineup.
They don't. No, they don't have a first-party lineup.
Even with those.
Yeah, that's like even with it.
Nintendo's gonna have. I guarantee you. EAD Tokyo is gonna have a game on the NX near launch, not at launch. A Pikmin possibly, and Retro's game in the near future. I mean, I don't think they need to do it, and for me personally, it would take points away from Nintendo.
The only thing that would make that viable, like the only reason I wouldn't buy it as Smash Ultimate or whatever, and you have all the characters. I have pretty much all the characters. I'm not buying that game again for that. So the only thing that would make it viable is if they included Melee and Brawl.
Yeah,
now we can talk.
Yeah, if it's like a collection.
Right, you can drop all the Melee characters in there, you drop all the Brawl, then we can talk.
How could they have that ready at launch, though?
They could.
Because
they've been working on it.
The other two games.
So,
maybe have like a Melee mode.
I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying that's the only way it would make sense for me to go out and repurchase it.
I don't think I could. I mean, yeah, that's what it would take.
I wouldn't even do that personally.
I think I'd just keep my Wii U.
Keep
my damn Wii U plugged in. We'll play Smash until the NX Smash comes, like the real game.
That's the thing, though. Isn't that one of the cons? Because you're not going to get a Smash very soon if they're dropping this thing on NX.
Well, a lot of people have been alluding to that ever since the Smash stuff has been going around anyway. Because it's like, they've almost exhausted the entire amount of characters you can throw in that game now. There's only there's probably less than a handful of characters you can throw in now, and people would still be excited for it.
All right, I just came up with something. What if it's just making it your Wii U disc play on the NX? Like you don't have to go out and buy the NX version. Your Wii U game will play on the NX. They're just gonna do some code and stuff. So it's basically gonna be a one-off backwards compatibility game if the system's not fully backwards compatible. I mean that it could be something because they really didn't specify. They just said they're working on this.
So it's like you're paying to upgrade it to an NX version, I guess.
You wouldn't have to pay if you have the disc, the Wii U game. You don't have to pay. So you just go buy Smash 4 Wii U, and they're just working on it so that it will work on the NX as a Wii U game. But
I see. So if you want to buy the NX version of it, you can do that. But for Wii U owners, you don't have to pay anything because you already bought the game.
Yeah, like it's just going to be the same game, but obviously the NX version is going to just instantly work, and the Wii U version would.
Well, I can't really be mad at that personally because I mean.
But we don't, like we said, we don't know the system. We don't know if it's going to be backwards compatible. That's why it's always.
Well, I'm taking your example as if that's the case. If that was the case, it wouldn't bother me because I'm like, well, I ain't got to pay nothing. To me, my biggest issue is just fucking over the fans who bought the game on the Wii U. You know, don't make me have to rebuy the game. It's one of the reasons why I can't stand the Street Fighter situation and the Marvel vs. Capcom and the whole definitive edition bullshit, or the Game of the Year versions. Like I hate that crap because it's a fuck you to the fans who bought the game first. It's like, well, I could have waited like a year, or in some cases even less than that, and got a complete version of the game. Like I feel like at that point I'm being screwed. So as long as you're not making your fans who bought the game, you're not punishing your fans for buying the game as soon as it came out. You know, the ones who were dedicated. I don't have a problem with it personally.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if it's like. I mean, the games are 1080p 60 frames per second, but if it's like, oh, you get NX has this, and this advantage over the Wii U version, and you know, and then you got this separate version that you got people playing, and it's not compatible with the Wii U version, and it's like, that would piss me off. Like that'd be
a mess.
I would be like, do I want to get the NX? Like that's how serious it is for me. Like if they pull those tactics, and I don't understand if you missed out, you didn't buy a Wii U, I'd say fuck you. Like you don't get Smash 4, then if you're not going to get the Wii U or 3DS version, you don't get it. And that's just how I look at it as a fan.
Tell like Don Metric.
Yeah.
You're deep.
You want to play online? Get a 360.
Get a 360, bitch.
I was gonna say, Smash 4,
free online. Get a Wii U.
I was gonna say that was my whole problem with the definitive editions that were going around, and it's still, well, they're not really going around anymore. But the definitive edition issue, you devalue the purchase of the previous console to do that,
right?
And makes people not have faith in your brand. Like, why should I buy your game day one? You're gonna come out with a definitive edition like a year later, if that.
Yeah, I hope that's not true. Other than being a like select games that has backwards compatibility. If the system doesn't have it.
Well, they said it was a Smash Brothers. They didn't say which Smash though, right? So
yeah.
I mean, it could be an HD version of maybe the older ones.
No, see the way I said what I thought what they might do is that they won't just straight up port it, like just a straight up port, but it will be kind of a port, but almost they'll upgrade the graphics, obviously.
How can you upgrade the graphics? It's already 1080p 60 frames per second.
Yeah, man, maybe the NX is 4K, man.
They can make it. We don't know what the specs of the NX could be. They could probably still
improving the textures of animated characters, like non-realistic.
Hey, listen,
you can improve the animation
quality yet. We're not Pixar quality yet, so you never know. They might get closer to Pixar quality.
But that's all new character model. They didn't even do that for. They didn't even do that fully for this game and the backgrounds and stuff. And that
would be a remaster at that point.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I could see him doing something like that, plus with a lot more characters, more modes, more stages, keeping the same fighting mechanics, so it's still technically the Smash Wii U like actual fighting mechanics and not switch it to make a whole new brand new game, because maybe they perfected it with Wii U and they're like, all right, we're just gonna add a lot more characters, more stages, more modes, so it's like a new game, but it's not exactly a new fighting mechanic.
I was
More
gonna say
characters to the 54.
My biggest problem. My biggest problem is that Smash has always kind of been, ever since really Melee, has been a series where I've sat there and gone, this game is worth way more than what I'm paying for.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I feel like it's it's insulting to them in a sense to do that, to fucking put all this extra shit in a game that they just finished working on.
Just save it for the real, built from the ground up Smash.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It might be the real Smash.
It took
you
them
get what I
3
mean?
years to make this one.
Well, that's why I don't know, because if they keep it the same fighting mechanics and
Well, it's not just the mechanics they got to work on. They got to build the character models. They got to do all the hit detection. They got to create stages.
Why do you think Smash is a one per generation series?
You start messing with the animation on that game, you're messing with the gameplay.
Yeah, you got
it changes everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why Smash is once per generation, because it's a game that's a huge undertaking.
All they'd have to, I mean, they could take the characters and just swap in new backgrounds is really the only thing that could really make it feel new without starting over. So,
I don't know.
I don't see a scenario where I'm gonna be happy. But like I said, there's too many unknowns. Like if the system's not backwards compatible, then it could just be an exception game where they make it work, the Wii U version. We don't know any of the details, so it's.
Or the rumor could be false.
That's why I speculated.
Or that too.
But isn't the thing about the NX is that it's going to be in this kind of circle of life, if you will, for Nintendo, where the NX and the Wii U and the 3DS are all kind of part of it with the eShop and stuff. So if I can go on my NX and download Smash Wii U, why would I need another Smash for my NX separately?
Well, we'll see if that's how it works, but I don't know.
I hope that. I mean, if they're talking
I
like
would
they're
love
talking,
that.
it better be like that.
That would be awesome. I don't know if it will. Who knows? There's too many questions.
Because then you got to be able to play with the GameCube controller. Otherwise, don't
GameCube controller.
That's true.
It opens up
they already got the adapter.
The gamepad.
So, all right, let's get on to February 3rd. We're getting Bayonetta and Corrin. Way earlier than I expected. I thought the 19th would be the earliest.
I remember last podcast I did say something about I hope it was early.
Yeah.
And Juice was making some type of a statement that it was going to be on the 19th. If that's what I remember correctly?
Yeah, just because Bayonetta 2, the Bayonetta 2 re-release comes out that day, so I thought. But this is smart because now I can get Bayonetta people playing her in Smash and say, man, I got to get that game now, and then having the game out a week or two later. So, but we saw new footage. The official Nintendo page list. They had like a 4-on-4 match on the falling Clock Tower Bayonetta stage, which looks really cool. And then they had a 1-on-1 Bayonetta versus Corrin on one of the Fire Emblem stages. I forget what stadium.
It's the Smash Wii U news.
60 frames per second, really high quality footage. And then there was also from that event in Japan, there was some really low quality footage of like a final battle between those two characters. So we've seen the movesets quite a bit, and it looks to me, Corrin looks to like wins every match that they show. I don't know if that means anything. Corrin looks really strong, projectile, a lot of reach. Bayonetta, like her moveset definitely has low damage, and but she's fast and looks like a great addition to the game. So I'm excited about both characters. But let's just get your guys' take now that we've seen actual matches of the characters fighting. Just who you're more excited for. Obviously, Terrell, we don't have to ask, but I don't know if anybody else's opinion changed after seeing them in action. I'm like Corrin definitely moved up for me. Like I'm equally for the moveset, but Bayonetta just because it's Bayonetta, I'm more excited. So I guess we'll go Ms. T first.
Yeah, I'm with you. Corrin moved up for me too after watching all that stuff, all that footage on the moveset. But dude, like Bayonetta was my #1 pick for the character that I wanted, and I'm still kicking myself that I didn't do that video that we talked about. Like right after the guy did the Rayman.
Yep, you were gonna do the fake.
I was gonna do a fake Bayonetta leak because I was like, and I didn't do it. Never got around to it. Now I'm kicking myself for never doing it. But Bayonetta was always that character I wanted, so that's the one I'm most excited about.
I'm gonna ask because TriLink asked this question: who are you gonna play with first, Corrin or Bayonetta?
It's got to be Bayonetta, I think.
For me, Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's Bayonetta.
I'm pretty biased towards the Fire Emblem characters, so I'm like Corrin. Plus that I haven't seen enough footage of female Corrin, and that needs to happen. So.
And you're biased against Bayonetta being in the game.
Yeah. Well, wait, look, I'm not trying to open up old wounds, all right, man. I'm gonna be sitting over here with my Shantae pictures in the background crying. Let me suffer, damn it. I'll take the L.
Yep. So I'm guessing Robert did Corrin impress you or do anything for you in seeing the actual matches with both characters?
Yeah, both of them are awesome. I mean, both of them look really fleshed out and super fun to play with. Both of them are a good speed too, so I hate slow characters, so I'm glad they're both pretty good speed. And they both look like they are just gonna be fantastic fighters. Again, I'm still worried about that Bayonetta witch time. I hope it's good and not broken or whatever, but I'm sure it's not broken, but I wonder if it's gonna be abused.
Well, like I said, it can't be any worse than Shulk's 3-second windowed counter, where you have like a 3-second window to pull it off. Like that could be abused constantly. People you're gonna play against a spammer, they're gonna spam something. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Just like it's not a problem with Shulk, because his counter is ridiculous. But you can still play against him. You can still beat him. So I'm not too worried about that. And everybody getting it this week. I mean, is everybody waiting?
Day one.
Yeah, day one.
Hopefully the eShop was working.
Yeah, that eShop's gonna crash.
It's coming out on a weekday. It's weird.
Yeah, on a Wednesday. Like, huh?
That's unusual for Smash characters. So
that's not usual for Nintendo downloads in general.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got any other Smash-related questions before we just get on to the question section. Doesn't look like it. So, all right. Yeah, I'm excited, and I don't know the exact times or anything. East and West Coast, I'm sure it's going to be. I heard afternoon. I don't know if that's East or West Coast time. So I guess we'll find out. Hopefully, it'd be nice if they gave us a little more information, like a direct or something. Would have been nice, but we didn't get one. So there is a rumor of this direct on February 3rd, but I read the list and I just laughed at it because it's so ridiculous. Including Mario Tennis Ultra Smash DLC packs, 4 packs, to a game that sold like 50,000 copies.
Yeah, I'd be laughing my ass off. I saw that.
What sold 50K? What sold 50K?
Mario Tennis, I believe.
Oh, you guys are talking about. I'm sorry, I
just saying, yeah, that rumored direct. Once I read that, I knew it was fake.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's nothing true. Once I read that, everything else became a lie.
That is not happening at all.
No. All right, so let's. We're gonna do something like I used to do. I'm gonna pick a person and to answer a question. So that just that person will answer, unless somebody has something they really want to say. So we'll throw this one at old Terrell here. Is the Fire Emblem Fates petting minigame still up in the air? If it's in the game or not in the game? I don't know what the hell that is.
It's been this big ass fucking annoyance. I made a rant video on it last week because it was a huge issue last week. Just to get you up to speed real quick. In Fire Emblem Fates, there's a My Castle feature, meaning you can have your own little castle that has has shops and places where you can buy items and whatnot, and even like casual things like trees. It's like you're pretty much building a castle. Well, in the game, there's a My Room feature. In the My Room feature, you can take. It's kind of like if you've seen Pokemon X and Y's whole you can pet your Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can pet your Fire Emblem character. That's like it's
like
a picture.
Nintendogs.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you're petting their face, and they make sounds, male and female, and it was recently revealed. It was recently revealed that the North American version removed this thing entirely. Removed the entire section of it.
That sounds weird to begin with, but
yeah, a lot of
Americans are children. We can't deal with that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole And I was mad because I think Shokyo had made a video on it, and he was like, "Oh, it's because you weeaboos," and that already pissed me as an anime fan. That already dropped me the fucking wall. I hate that shit. But as far as it still being up in the air, I'll wait until the fucking game comes out. At this point, I want until.
So you want to be able to pet your character?
I don't care. Look, I don't think it should have been taken out of the game. It's the same thing with Xenoblade and the breast slider. The same thing with Fatal Frame and the outfits. It's the same shit. Like, I don't think you should remove stuff from a game just for the sake of localization. I understand the mindset, and the fact that people are making the weeaboo joke just kind of proves the point. It's like, oh, Americans are like, oh, well, see, look, it's Japan, and they're being weird and shit. It's the same thing with Fatal Frame. It's like, oh, you got these teenage girls walking around in lingerie. These Japanese people are weird, and anime fans are weird and shit. Like, it's that kind of mindset that makes me understand
video game
why.
Racism.
Yeah, I understand why. I understand why Nintendo would have made the decision to take it out. I don't think they should have. It's the same argument. Especially in Xenoblade, it was even dumber because it was like, oh, well, I don't want this 13-year-old girl wearing lingerie, but the rest of the girls can wear those outfits, and hell, you could make your character look like a 13-year-old girl if you wanted to. That's getting in something entirely different, but that's I'm
just not mentally. When in this country, we're just not. When it comes to sex or sex-related things, we're just not mentally capable of handling most stuff.
Okay. Well, we're just not mature about it.
We're not mentally mature. Is the word I was trying to say.
And ironically enough, and just for those fans who are angry, think about it this way: American video games get the least amount of censoring. Out of every version of a game, usually the American version is the most uncensored. So, yeah, am I miffed that the petting game isn't in there? Yeah, but it's not like I didn't buy the game for the petting game anyway. I'm buying the game for the story and my units and all the extra shit. I ain't worrying about the petting game is just a minor annoyance because I still got the My Castle feature. I can still go in there and get items and stuff, so I'm not sweating it too bad. I just don't like the anime comments that people were talking about. That's why Shokyo's videos piss me the fuck off.
And the fact that you don't make a video in months and that's the video you come back with just to, like, that's your motivation.
Yeah.
To try to rag on people.
Yeah, I won't say, like, I just, to me, that sounds like to be in the game. Like,
well, yeah, a lot of hardcore Fire Emblem fans said, well, they didn't care for the feature to begin with.
It sounds stupid. It sounds pointless. Like you're not missing nothing by it not being.
The only thing is you're really used for is building it. You can build affinity like that. So like if you don't, because in Awakening you had to always fight with your units paired up. You could kind of skip that in this sense and use it as a way of building affinity quicker. So it served a gameplay mechanic, but a lot of hardcore Fire Emblem fans were like, that's kind of an unnecessary feature, and you can tell that's a feature to pander towards a certain audience. But I don't feel like it should have been taken out of the game, but that's just me.
I mean, there is a principal argument to be made. Like I could care less about it, but you are taking something out of a game that you had in the game, so that you can make a principal argument. Well, that's not cool to do that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who don't really care about that are making that argument. Like they just like, I'm tired of being censored. Even I don't care about this thing, but I don't think you have the right to tell me what I can and can't have.
Yeah,
a lot of people feel like
it's the whole mentality of, oh, look, Nintendo's trying to play the mommy and daddy again, and it's like that stigma won't go away when they keep doing.
They do stuff like this, right? So,
all right. So next question, go Robert. Actually, this is a comment. Sorry, Edokis. I thought it could be a question, but Edokis, he has a lot of comments and questions in here, so. He thought 3D World would have been better received if New Super Mario Bros. U didn't come out the year before.
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think it'd be the same.
Yeah.
I don't think New Super Mario Bros. Affected it. I think
I don't think that
3D Land affected it more than anything.
That's true.
3D Land was never made. It'd be interesting to see where people stand.
Yeah, I think it would. I think the argument would be a little.
Yeah,
bit.
I think that's probably the reason why people don't view it as a true 3D game is because it's like, oh, it's just
a handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on the handheld first.
They just an res version.
Yeah, exactly. They said that right when they showed.
Yeah, that's what a blogger was saying when I couldn't watch the video at work, and then I went and watched the trailer at lunch, and I'm like,
What?
"Are you kidding me?" He said this was a 3DS game. This game looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. So, Ms. T, Atticus has a question for you. Do you think we'll get a Sunshine remaster, and do you think it will get the same treatment as Twilight Princess?
I hope so. I hope we get a Sunshine remaster. I would love that. I would buy that for sure. And Twilight Princess, I think that would be the way to go with the Sunshine remaster. You can't just stretch it out to 1080p or something.
Mm-hmm.
To stretch it out to I think you have to go in and do some texture. I mean, the game still looks really good. So I think it would be it would almost be more of a Wind Waker effort to make it look,
It would probably look like that Smash Brothers stage, Delfino Plaza.
Right. Something like that. Yeah, that's the way I would go with it. I would love it to happen. So.
Yeah, I would definitely play it again.
Yep, for sure. See, we like remakes and remasters.
We just, we like them in moderation.
We don't like them as that's the game that's your game for the holiday. That's what we want.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want that. Trilink said that Europe definitely got Fatal Frame 2 Wii Edition over there. When we were talking about that earlier, so that would be a good. It's localized, so bring it to the damn eShop.
Right.
Because surprisingly, it looked pretty good for a PlayStation 2 game that got, or was it a PlayStation 1 game? I can't.
No, it was PlayStation 2, and it got.
But it bumped it up significantly. It looked a lot better than I expected.
I'm curious to see how Fatal Frame 5 sold. To be honest with you.
But it's so weird because even between UK and America, you would think, okay, so in English, what's the problem? Mm-hmm. But they still do little things like Star Fox over here is Lilac Wars to UK, and there's a reason for that because it's close to a show or something that's in the UK or something like that. So they changed the name.
Fatal Frame's Project Zero.
Yeah,
right. They call it Project Zero in Europe.
Right. So
it's called Project Zero in Japan originally. So. Although I think Fatal Frame is a cooler name, personally.
Yeah, it goes with what you're doing, actually. So
it's clever. I give them points for that. I was like, all right, let's see what you guys got there. Some brownie points.
Terrell, I'm not sure what this question is, so hopefully you do. Atticus asks, how about Captain Rainbow? I'll get the
Rainbow. Yeah.
I'll get the bit block to shut up for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. The Captain Rainbow is a game that was, I think, only in Japan, and it's a very interesting Wii game.
It had Fat Little Mech.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't even know, how do you properly explain Captain Rainbow?
You can't.
It's a very weird,
isn't it?
It's probably the most Japanese Wii game you will ever see.
Isn't it like Captain Rainbow wants to help out Nintendo characters that weren't really used lately? So so Little Mac is fat. There's there's Birdo in it, but Birdo, I forget, looks weird or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very weird Wii game, and it never got brought over, and the Bit Block, which is Josh Thomas and them, who he's well known for having very controversial and weird opinions. He fucking loves that game. He's been dying for them to bring that over into the States. And I'm like,
translate it.
Yeah, translate it. So I'm like, well, I mean, you wouldn't translate. Well, actually, did they translate either the Earthbound games, or were those both already in English? I forget.
Those were Earthbound was in English because that was released in America. Earthbound.
What about Mother 1?
Mother, yeah. Well, you're talking about Mother. Mother, those were Japanese games. I mean,
I'm talking about Earthbound.
Well, I'm saying Mother.
Earthbound is.
Mother.
No, on Super Nintendo when it released on Super Nintendo.
Mother 2 is Earthbound.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I'm saying because when Earthbound Beginnings came over here, I'm trying to remember, was that game originally in English before?
No, that never came to the West. So.
Okay, yeah, so they are willing to translate certain games.
Yeah.
No, I heard that it was already translated, but they just never released it here.
Was that it?
That's
maybe
what I thought.
Maybe that was. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It happens.
The whole point is that as far as that game is concerned, Captain Rainbow, it'd be a cool thing. I don't know how many people would actually get it, but you know.
I get it.
It's like that game.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say this is super obscure.
Yeah.
But back in the day on Sega Saturn, there was a character, Sagata Senshiro, I think his name is, and he was like in the commercials. He would walk around. It was like he was like a ninja, and he would walk around with like a giant Sega Saturn on his back and just like beat up stuff and beat people up. And it was just a really popular commercial that he got his own game, and that's what reminds me. Kind of reminds me of what Captain Rainbow is like. It's kind of like it was some little obscure thing that was really popular in Japan, and so it ended up becoming a game. And I think that's the problem with bringing it over here, because it's like it is definitely for a Japanese audience in a way, but there's stuff that American audiences will recognize too. So.
Yeah. Hell, they need to bring over fucking Yakuza on the Wii U. But we never got the Yakuza game.
Right.
They did like the HD collection.
We know they're in English.
Yeah, I know they're in English. I'm saying like Nintendo, if you want to bring over a game, you can bring that over. Do it edition only. Shoot.
All right. Sorry. I was up late. I was yawning there, trying to talk and yawn. Tony Corrin, what are your thoughts of Bayonetta 2 re-release pre-orders, and if there's a possibility for this game to reach 1 million worldwide minus the digital? I don't know anything about the pre-orders for the re-release.
Oh, you mean how well it's doing?
I don't know if there's any numbers. What are my thoughts on it? Like I looked, I googled it, nothing came up, so I don't know if there's anything. It's definitely not in the top 40 on VG charts, but I think it's not if, it's when it'll hit 1 million physical sold worldwide, because her being in Smash, like, that's 8 million 3DS owners, 4 million Wii U owners. The games are right under 1 million. I guarantee you it'll sell 1 million. It's just when will it sell? And I think by this, I'd say by May, I would say Nintendo's gonna. That'll be with digital. It'll definitely be over 1 million. But Nintendo's gonna be making an announcement before May saying Bayonetta 2's hit 1 million, or Platinum will probably tweet it. So. That's my thoughts.
And it is a success. It's already a success.
Yeah, it is.
It just drives me nuts that people are like, "Oh, sold 1 million after blah 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 years or whatever." But 1 million on a 13 million install base is better than 2 million on the 86 million install base. I don't know why people don't understand math, but it's a better success on the Wii U than it ever was on 360 or PS3. So.
And I just wish they didn't have Platinum working on Star Fox, because the director of Bayonetta 2 is helping out with Star Fox. Because otherwise, I would be saying right now, the NX reveal is going to have Bayonetta 3. They might have a teaser.
How huge that would be!
I'm feeling like 100% Bayonetta 3 is going to be on the NX.
It's going to be on the NX.
Yeah, it will.
And I'm freaking excited. So. Tony Corrin also asked, I'll have everybody answer this if you have an answer. If Bandai Namco were to bring one of their IPs to the NX, what game do you want to see and play?
Pac-Man, no.
I don't know of any other. I don't think any other IPs mean anything to me. So.
Maybe Dark Souls.
That's Bandai Namco.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was.
I thought It's From Software doesn't own that IP.
No, but they publish it. They publish it or whatever.
Wait, we're talking about the franchises they own, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they own it. They just they're the ones that publish it or whatever.
I don't know that, but
it's From Software, the developer. But I think
the publisher is like.
I don't know who owns the IP, but yeah, if you want that style game.
I guess because I can't think of anything else.
I'm checking real quick.
Tekken?
I would like to see Tekken. That's for damn sure.
Was 7 or 6 coming out?
It's damn. That's a good question. I think it's where we at. It's 7. Or 7.
I thought it was 7.
Yeah, 7's what came out.
I'm not too. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, I never really played Tekken. Well, I played it, but I never really got into it.
Well, y'all can just go sit down somewhere then.
Y'all can just go suck a bag.
I'll play Smash Brothers
I think we can all agree though. We need Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 3.
We already got Pac-Man. That's nothing to look forward to. We already have it.
Yeah. All right, Robert. Here's a question for you. Etiquette, do you think we will ever get Lego games on the Virtual Console? I would love to play Lego Racers again.
Oh, that's...
Do you think we will? Do you think we need Lego games on the Virtual
Console? Yeah, I think we're kind of
I think we need Lego City Undercover. Like, if later on, Lego City Undercover is great. Lego Jurassic World is great.
But he's talking Virtual Console. Is there like old Lego games from like PlayStation 1?
Lego Racers was pretty damn good back in the day.
Yeah.
64. So I could see that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Ever since they became like the standard movie franchise, that
Sadly.
I could care less. But
yeah, there's just not enough games where I would see. Yeah, we need more Lego games. No, we actually don't.
Well, yeah, I think we're
sorry, Etiquette. Trilink wants what happened to Furious Francis / OJ at Player Essence. I don't know what you mean. The dude's going strong. His channel's grown, and
it's like oh, he's not relevant anymore.
What happened to him?
He's broadened his topics and got a bigger fan base. I mean, that's answers the question.
I love how he's just like, where did he go?
It's a pretty vague question though.
Yeah, what happened to him? He got a new camera. He got an HD camera.
He was just like, what happened to OJ, man? I was like, I don't know. He might have moved.
He lives in a world where he thinks Nintendo makes a ton of RPGs games.
Well, no, he's in a world where he's like, come on, man. Just make me one RPG. Just make me a Golden Sun, man.
I need it in my veins.
Yeah.
I suck your dick, man.
I mean,
he was expressed about Furious Francis / OJ on this podcast, not reflect that of Nizati and his affiliation with players.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against OJ. We have a lot of things we don't agree on. Like I said, I'd totally disagree with his thought that Nintendo is known for all these RPGs. I've never seen that. I think they're known for platformers and action.
Wait, did he really say that? Was he being serious?
Well, he just whatever. I don't want to get into that.
Well,
but he basically saying that Nintendo's needs to do a ton of like all these RPGs on the Wii U like they used to do, and I'm like, they never used to do anything. Like they've hardly had RPGs, and if they did, somebody else made them and they published them.
All I'm going to just say is that he needs to understand that RPGs are not mainstream at all.
They're very niche.
So,
they only work as a supplementary genre. Like they work as a action adventure. Oh, an RPG. Like it's never like
Open
they're
world.
the main focus. Yeah, RPG. Yeah,
Sony's not even pushing RPGs anymore.
Yeah, but Nintendo, like in their history, I can't even think of a first-party RPG.
Well, I mean, if you want to make the argument that Nintendo's been more of a platforming company platforming is their main genre than anything else. Look at the freaking mascot. They have like 5 or 6 platforming characters. Are you kidding me?
All the
Yoshi,
biggest name mascot.
Kirby. Like they've done to me, they're doing what they've always done. But that's just me. We disagree.
But I mean, that's fine. We can disagree. We agree on a lot of stuff.
I don't hate
disagree on a lot of stuff. That's natural.
That's
the only problem I have is
videos.
The only problem I have is I can't call him OJ. I gotta call him Francis.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Francis. Yeah. It's just too hard.
I don't want no orange. Hey, look, man, I like orange juice. I don't like it that much.
I've been knowing you for Francis for 2 years. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that, but
I don't like orange juice like that. I can't do it.
I don't think I would be shocked. He seems pretty busy. I doubt he watches these podcasts unless somebody told him we're talking about him. I doubt he'll ever hear this. But, I mean, I still watch all his videos. He's got a good personality. His presentations are great.
Cool too.
I just don't agree with a lot of the things he says relating to RPGs and Nintendo. I mean, and the standard controller. Like, that infuriates me when somebody who was a diehard Nintendo fan says they want a standard controller. Like, that doesn't compute in my brain, but more power to people that, it's just don't expect me to agree with that. and that's one of the things that he's 100% on that I'm complete opposite on. So, but whatever. That was a.
We're not gonna stop being friends with him over that.
No, no issues.
It's just, it's not a big deal.
We're not cutting ties.
Well, what if I don't wear ties, Juice? What am I supposed to do then?
And Tony Corrin has breaking news. Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition is coming to the North American Wii U eShop this Thursday. Thanks for chiming in late there, Tony. We already discussed that.
Yeah, that's been news for like the last few hours.
Yeah, we brought that up at about the 45-minute mark. So, yeah. Let's just do. Let's see. We got some. Atticus brought up Golden Sun. He says he's a fan. Not OJ isn't the only fan of Golden Sun, but not a question. Man, I guess the last question is going to be from Tony Corrin. Is there a possibility for Bandai Namco? Damn, dude, you love Bandai Namco. He loves them. Like they're so irrelevant to me. I forgot they existed. That's where they rate. But anyway, for them to bring Lost Reavers to the NX.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to that?
I forgot all about Lost Reavers.
That game looks like trash. Is what happened.
It's in Japan. It's just chilling in Japan. Everybody in Japan is just playing it. And you just sit there in America like, well, it looks alright. I don't think it looks bad.
It's a download title, right?
Also,
it's free to play. I wasn't expecting a AAA experience. I just expected it to be a little fun distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's free to play. Like I don't lose anything by trying it.
Right. It's not going to hurt you just to try it.
I think I don't know what the benefit to bring it to the NX or release it on Wii U at this point.
Oh, he said NX. Oh,
yeah. Because
I'm about to say I want to say it on Wii U first. Damn it!
Yeah, seriously.
Wii U games sell decently. I mean, look at Minecraft, but you put a game, a launch title on the NX, it's going to get lost in the shuffle, and I think it'd have a better chance of selling on the Wii U at this point. But
agreed.
You know, you look at Devil's Third; it had no chance either way, Wii U or NX. So
well, it had a chance. It just didn't want to help give it one. It's like, no, this is trash. We ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I still want to play it someday, but it's hard when I'm playing such awesome games like Xenoblade Chronicles X, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Ori and the Blind Forest. You know, it's hard to want to play.
Put $60 up for that thing.
Yeah, you wait till that.
One of these so bad it's good type of games. So, all right, that's going to be it for the questions, and we'll just get the final thoughts here, and we'll wrap this up. Get ready for some Corrin and Bayonetta on Wednesday night. Hopefully, we'll all be able to play, learn the characters together. You know, problem with Smash is there's only room for 3 friends in a lobby, and I know about 7 or 8 people are going to want to play, so we're going to have a little issue there. But anyway, let's get the final thoughts. We'll start with Ms. T.
All right, folks. Another great podcast. Had a lot of fun on the Juice is Loose. And I'm going to get back to regular video making pretty soon here. So I know a lot of people have been asking me when I'm going to do more videos. So, well, not a lot. I made myself sound like I was that important, but a few people, a couple of people. You going to do another video? So I'm going to get back pretty soon, probably midweek. You'll see me get back to regular stuff. Got a couple of videos I've been wanting to put out forever, so those will drop. And, yeah, play Nintendo fools.
Yeah, you just made me think of something it's not a pet peeve, but it's just something that's funny and also annoying when you, like, I'm subscribed to people with, like, less than 200 subscribers, you know, that make occasional videos. And you'll see them make a video, their videos get like 20 to 40 views, and they throw out the old, yeah, I had a bunch of requests to do this and do that. I'm just like, you know, I don't remember if I said that back in the day, but you know that maybe one person said that, you know. And it's one of those human traits where you always, people like to exaggerate minor details.
It was like 5 in my case, but
yeah, still that's
a lot. Yeah, not a lot.
But when you know somebody's barely, you know, they don't get a ton of views, say that, you know, it's just one of those little white lies, you know. But anyway, how about you, Robert? Anything you want to say before we go?
I gotta finish Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 2 is pretty awesome. However, the controls are kind of making me annoyed sometimes. But
do you have to shoot with the bumper R1?
It's so weird now.
So the trigger.
Especially.
Oh no, I don't. Wait, what? I don't know. I've been able to shoot the trigger. I don't know.
Because every PlayStation game I've ever played on PS3, the default was
okay.
R1 was the or R2. I mean, which one's the trigger?
R2.
The trigger's R2.
Yeah, R2.
Yeah, every
R2,
PlayStation game I played, L1 was the aim down sights.
Oh, okay.
R1 was the shoot, and I hate that.
The aim
That's
is
weird.
what kills me. That's weird.
And it's a fun game, Uncharted 2. It's just there's a lot of times where I'm just like, really, what the hell? Why was this made like this?
I think it's one of those nostalgia has people remembering.
Yeah.
I think going back, just guessing here, but
No, you're right. I played it recently, like in the last couple months, and I'm like, this is not as
just
good
like
as I
Resident Evil
remember.
4. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
not as good because it's been improved upon the gameplay, and that's and it's hard to go back sometimes to a now inferior product. But anyway, go ahead, Robert. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I've only got 2 more chapters left, so I'm pretty much done. And then I'll get back into Xenoblade. Oh my god!
Is this your first playthrough? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, this is my first playthrough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PS4 version.
Yeah, PS4 version for the
Yeah.
people.
Can't wait till you start talking about Elma again, man. It's been so long. I think you forgot that she existed.
No, I haven't forgot. She's in my head all the time. No.
My question is, which head? That's my question.
Everything's in turn.
Going with it.
The end of the podcast here. It happens again.
It turned.
What came out in the play?
Thank you, Terrell. Thanks.
You're welcome.
and
Done, Robert.
and that's really it.
right.
I've been enjoying games and it's fun. Yes,
It's awesome.
it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Oh man.
All right, Terrell.
That Joyzy, man. That Joyzy.
So cool podcast. Really cool, chill discussion. This is probably shorter than usual. I'm kind of used to this going for another 30 minutes or so.
Nah, we're right around the normal time.
Oh, are we? Oh, okay. I'm going in on the Xenoblade tonight, son. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus all my power and soul and see if I can get through this bitch. It sucks because I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna grind like no other man's ever grinded before. Although I backslid earlier today because I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna play Fire Emblem until Fates come out," and I fucking put Awakening back in that damn 3DS again. I'm like, I can't do it, man. Where?
I was about to tell a joke, and it was definitely gonna show my age. Well, you're gonna be you were gonna grind better than R. Kelly.
I don't even get that reference.
I don't see nothing
I
wrong.
actually get the reference.
Oh, Terminator.
With a little bump and grind.
Hey,
There you go.
Wow, I didn't know Terminators had soul.
You
Man.
didn't
I
know
got
about
soul.
that soul?
I was gonna say, what is that? I thought Terminators were just.
I don't check IDs
Oh no! Son.
when I'm gonna grind.
Oh no.
Oh my
Everybody
lord!
knows that reference to R. Kelly.
Matter of fact, I
Hanging
hope
out.
you ain't got no ID.
Hanging out with some 16-year-olds.
God, man,
Don't ask
Terrible.
me.
Life's a game play to win. Go on. I'm done.
I just hope.
I can't walk away from. I can't do it.
I just hope Smash with that DLC adds a petting feature for Corrin and the other fireman character.
It gotta be for the female version. I don't give a damn about the male version. I need to
Like,
see.
put him on the damn touchscreen, and let me pet. That's all I want. I want a
Oh,
pet.
are you trying to make people turn their black Wii U's white? Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh man.
It's not like any of the fireman characters really have any, like the ones in Smash anyway.
I'm about to say I can go
There's
get
some,
you. I
yeah.
can go get you a Fates picture and show you.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But anyway, good podcast. We fell off at the end again. We're at the end of the gutter.
Rails like
End of the gutter, and that's always the
Ozzy
entertaining
Osbourne.
moments. So thanks to everybody watching again. Had another good turnout with the live, good questions. So hopefully next week we'll be talking about hands-on with Bayonetta and Corrin.
Oh yeah, you'll be getting your hands on, won't you, Juice?
Yeah, and hopefully Robert play some X and get us an update finally.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in updates, man.
I'd love to hear it. So we'll see what other news drops. We'll discuss it next week. So until then, peace out, mother bitches.